Thank you for tuning in on Wednesday, the 20th of November on the TNT program. There it is right there. Brought to you by 5 Star Marine and Beach House Thailand. By the way, with Beach House Thailand, we're pretty solidly booked over the next 3 months, but there are still plenty of spaces, say after the end of February, if you're interested in visiting the Thai Muang Beach, which I can say today is delivering spectacular sunny weather. However, it looks like Thursday and Friday there might be a bit of rain, which is fine. We still need plenty of rain. Now, the story yesterday about the 2 Australian women, a little bit more information about that, which I bring to you. ABC News in Australia saying that families at bedsides of Holly Bowles and Bianca Jones in Thailand after apparent Laos methanol poisoning. Now, in some of my wording yesterday, I was using the word drink spiking, which was probably not completely accurate. Then again, we don't exactly know how this methanol got into the drinks, intentionally or otherwise. The story goes on. The parents of 2 Melbourne 19-year-olds are at their bedsides in separate Thai hospitals as the women fight for their lives after drinking tainted alcohol. Holly Bowles and Bianca Jones were staying at a backpacker hostel in Vang Vieng. And just in case you weren't aware of the story, according to the owner, they had been out drinking at a nearby bar last Tuesday night. This is Tuesday night last week. And in the early hours of Wednesday morning were taken to a hospital in Vientiane after falling ill. It's understood at least 2 Danish women in their 20s have died and at least 10 have fallen ill after drinking the tainted alcohol. The Danish Foreign Ministry says the Ministry of Foreign Affairs can confirm that 2 Danish citizens have passed away in Laos. And methanol is a clear liquid chemical that's often deliberately and illegally added to alcoholic beverages, and consuming even a small amount can be fatal. Now, the only local news outlet I can see that's reported this, the Bangkok Post, reporting Aussie women gravely ill from tainted booze in Laos. So 2 Danish women dead, these 2 19-year-olds seriously ill, another 10 affected by this methanol at a party town in Laos. Obviously, we wish all those affected a speedy recovery. Now, a warning for people travelling to and from Britain to Thailand, and this could be also mapped out, I suppose, to anybody coming to Thailand and then returning to their home country, depending on what the cannabis laws are in your own country. And this reported by gbnews.com, fresh Thailand travel warning as breaking rule could land Britons with heavy fines or prison time. I should mention that the screenshot there, the story's got nothing to do with Nigel Farage at all. Apologies if you're trying to enjoy your breakfast or lunch. And the story says holidaymakers have been issued guidance on illegally carrying cannabis when leaving Thailand. And the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office says it's illegal to take cannabis out of Thailand without the appropriate export permissions issued by the authorities. Illegally carrying cannabis, particularly large quantities, can lead to heavy fines or imprisonment in Thailand, the UK and other countries you may travel to. And very helpful caption on the photo there, Thailand is a picturesque holiday destination. And we can run a competition. Do you know where that photo is taken? I look forward to your comments. On with the story. And it says using cannabis in public places is illegal. Private recreational use of cannabis is legal if the THC content is below 0.2% by weight. And there are restrictions around growing and selling cannabis products. See more information at the Thai government's website. While low-strength cannabis is legal in Thailand, it's likely to be illegal in other countries you are travelling to. This includes residual amounts, for example, in bags or clothing or in your bloodstream. So a timely reminder for those people coming to Thailand, just because there are some legalities to cannabis now in Thailand, doesn't mean that automatically transfers to legal or tolerance in your home country. There's actually a full list, 10 things tourists need to know about cannabis, and from 1 to 10, I'll put a link in the description so that you can be brought up to speed on the way that at least Britain is treating people who've visited Thailand and thinking that it might be a good idea to return home with maybe some in their luggage or even in their bloodstream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. A lot of people ask what they can do to help the channel. Well, the very best thing you can do is subscribe to the channel. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything and you're not going to get any crazy or annoying emails. Now, another story with a bit of a British background. This reported in the BBC. Appeal to help man seriously injured in Thailand. An online appeal has raised more than £11,000 to support a British man who was injured in a crash while working in Thailand. A 33-year-old Andy Davis from Walton in Staffordshire had been teaching English to children in the country. It says on the island of Krabi. Well, Krabi is not an island. Krabi's actually on the mainland. We might get some clarification later on that one. But Mr. Pugh, his friend, said it was hoped medical insurance would pay for some of his treatment, but it could cost more than £30,000 to fly him from Krabi to Bangkok for specialist care and then back to the UK. And Mr. Pugh said a further amputation might be needed because Mr. Davis's leg and pelvis had become infected, while his torn bladder was a real concern. Obviously, this man in quite a lot of trouble, despite his smiles there. And reported in the Shropshire Star, that's difficult to say, family of Staffordshire man who has been left horrifically injured after Thailand road accident launches fundraiser. And it said he was involved in a road accident on a small island near Krabi on November the 8th. So I'm thinking either Koh Phi or Koh Lanta, but we do wish this man well. We don't know much about the incident, but it is, again, a timely reminder about the importance of coming to Thailand if you're a tourist with travel insurance. So please make sure that if you are coming to Thailand, that's just really a basic requirement, not required in your visa, but required if you've got common sense. Heading now to the other end of the country to Chiang Mai, and this story is covered in Banar News. As Chinese buyers snap up Chiang Mai properties, Thais fear for future. And visitors who walk through a new housing development in Hang Dong, a district of Chiang Mai, might think they've stumbled into a slice of China because Chinese letters dominate storefront signs. Across Chiang Mai, Chinese investment is rapidly reshaping entire neighbourhoods and raising alarm about the city's future identity and economic independence. And over the past decade, buyers from mainland China have snapped up more than 1,000 housing units in Chiang Mai, with investments totalling between 3 and 5 billion baht. Now, in addition to the 7,190 Chinese residents, many other Chinese take advantage of tourist visas, allowing them to stay in Thailand for up to 60 days per visit. Well, for the Chinese and 92 other countries, it's 60 days, which you can then extend for another 30 days. And the article goes on, in Chiang Mai, it's common for Chinese nationals to use tourist visas to reside and conduct business, according to authorities. And the head of the Chiang Mai University China Intelligence Centre says Chinese investors are transforming Chiang Mai from a tourist destination into their second home. They're planning businesses in tourism and second home construction, bringing their children to study here and establishing long-term residences for elderly Chinese. Investment comes both through pure Chinese companies and joint ventures with Thais. So there's a lot to unpack here, probably a good topic for a Saturday program. But a foreigner can't just come to Thailand and open up a company. There usually has to be a Thai nominee or Thai nominees. And the only way to set that up is with the help of Thais and Thai solicitors and lawyers. So it's not just the Chinese taking advantage of a lack of enforcement on these matters. And today, Chinese buyers outstrip not just other foreigners, but even Thai nationals in the local, that's the Chiang Mai property market, according to the Chiang Mai Real Estate Association. And a 2023 survey by private education company New Oriental found many Chinese families choose Thailand to educate their children, where tuition and cost of living are lower than in Singapore and Japan. And Tosapon Tasanapan, an associated professor at Chiang Mai University's Faculty of Law, is calling for a thorough investigation of business practices. He said we need to check everything from tourist visas being used for business purposes to tax payments and financial trails. If these businesses can operate, it likely indicates either official complicity or negligence, or real estate agents or potential greedy nominees, or equally greedy and dodgy Thai lawyers. And finishing with a few potential changes to alcohol laws here in Thailand, we go to thepatianews.com. Thai Health Minister blocks 24-hour alcohol sales in hotels, reviews railway proposal. And that came from the State Railway of Thailand, seeking permission to sell alcohol in first-class sleeper cars, dining cars and private carriages. And so they've deferred approval pending detailed safety measures and data. And the second proposal from the Thai Hotels Association aimed to allow round-the-clock alcohol sales in hotels, and the committees rejected this, but it proposed a measure to formalise rules permitting alcohol consumption in hotel rooms, specifying that guests may access alcohol from in-room fridges. Well, I think that's nice to know that you can get an overpriced can of beer out of your hotel fridge and actually legally consume it in your hotel room. And the Public Health Minister also outlined broader alcohol control initiatives, including empowering provincial committees to implement stricter measures, and this includes enforcing restrictions on sale locations, times, buyer age limits and advertising. So nothing really concrete decided. Certainly if there are any major changes, we'll make sure we bring you that news. But really appreciate you watching today. We look forward to your comments, and please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you tomorrow.